Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Michael Mansour, and I'm joined, as always, by my warm, cozy, fuzzy, handsome co-host, Alexander Volz. Say hello.
Gonna get a little less cozy in this episode.
How long where this is going? It's Every Album Ever, the podcast where we listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. It's a new discography, more or less, per episode, except today is our year-end wrap-up.
Yes, I had such a fun time last year when no one was listening to us.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to talk about new music. Mm-hmm. It's nice to turn people on to some new things.
We're tastemakers, damn it. Sorry.
I want to be.
No, we're not.
No, but
we're taste havers.
Yeah, I think I crashed under the pressure this year.
Really?
No, this I felt like last year I was I really liked my list last year, and then this year due to time constraints and.
So what you're saying is that you actually dislike every album you've picked?
Yes, I hate every album I picked.
Yeah,
it's probably more like a top 20 or 25 for me. But I will bring our good listeners the rest in a loose ends.
We'll do a loose ends episode. We'll plug that in just a second. However, I'll say this real quickly. I put a lot of time and effort in my list. I care very much about each one of these albums.
Oh no, I was being sarcastic. I do. Yeah.
Shut your mouth, Alex. You're a liar. You're a disgusting liar.
No, there's probably like 15 or 20 albums I just couldn't listen to or didn't write a summary for. So
I wrote no summaries because I listened to each of these albums so many times for the most part that I think I got a good handle.
Holy shit.
I listened to a lot of times, which is the opposite of last year. Last year, I just kind of gave like a few times each one.
Yeah.
To if I want to hear it again, that's a good indicator. Here, I was like, no, there's more. There's more here. Plugs or something. If you want to support us, subscribe on Apple Music. Apple Podcast, not Apple Music. Apple Music is bad. Go to Spotify. Or a Spotify podcast, youtube.com/every album ever. All that good stuff. Tell a friend, 5-star rating, leave a review, comment, do all those things that will help us get noticed by people who don't listen to us. You can follow me on Instagram at Pope Jesse Ventura and Alex
at Mother Puncture.
And I believe there should be a big old playlist.
Damn straight there was. Last year I curated it to have some flow.
Yeah.
I will be doing that, and I will be adding to it at least once a day until I've listened to every fucking album that I've wanted to for the year. God.
It's going to be 7.5 hours long. Is that a safe assumption?
Is that what it was last year? I think so. Yeah, that's a good episode.
Yeah, pretty big. You'll find a link in the description of wherever you're listening or watching. As well as, whatever. There's playlists associated with every episode for the most part. You can find them all at everyalbumever.com. New development, big news. It's if you're a patron, by the way, we have a Patreon, bonus episode, early access to certain episodes. We're going to be talking about all the albums we couldn't fit onto the list on a Patreon episode that will be released, late. There's so many things.
Who knows? Who knows?
There's early access to the Loose Ends series a month in advance, and then bonus episodes strictly for patrons. Patreon.com/everyalbumever. Another thing, it's been out for a minute. If you're a patron, you already know merch. I'm wearing the hoodie right now. This is a design of. It's also behind. It's on every episode. Artwork for my album by old band called Broadbill, called Land of Purple. I'm not really plugging the album so much. It's fine. But the artwork is badass. And now there's merch for it. And if you're a patron, you also get 20% off all merch, which is just another perk. But again, there's a link in the description, everyalbumever.com. There's links all over the place. Okay. Do we start? Did I go plugs?
Yeah.
All right.
So I know you said you maybe have 3 honorable mentions, but I'll do mine.
Okay.
And then so I'll start with a little summary, I guess. The hip hop albums that were good, just not good enough for me. Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist, Alfredo. Freddie Gibbs puts out 2 albums worth of music a year. It's exhausting.
Oh my God.
He's damn good at it, though. It's just another chronicle and Freddie Gibbs. And then Megan Thee Stallion's Good News, Ink Sugar. if you listen to pop music, this was like the year of Megan. She's on WAP. Both those albums are really fun. I've thrown a few songs on the playlist. And then we got my little indie bands, my little indie darlings. Just so. Nothing really stood out for me. Future Islands, As Long As You Are. Phanogram's Ceremony and Little Dragons, New Me, Same Us. Now the metal.
Man, you have a lot of honorable mentions.
This will be it. This the metal. Body Count, which we talked about.
That's right. Loose Ends, episode 1.
Yep. Imperial Triumphant. I wanted to like.
Imperial Triumphant.
If you like weird metal stuff, seek that out.
That album is intense. It is very, very intense.
And then Lamb of God's self-titled album. The first song I loved to death. Amazing first opening track. Rest of the album, just Lamb of God. And I've said this to you before. It's very interesting how they were innovators and now they're just Lamb of God. If you're a Lamb of God fan, it will please you. It is.
That's fair. And that's what I have to say for one of my honorable mentions of Deftones. So it didn't make it to my list, which is like, it's on everybody's number 1. And I don't get that. I'm sorry, dude. You just like Deftones. I don't think it's that great. It's good. I like Igorrr, the last album, a lot more. But it still has some interesting stuff. It still dabbles with a little bit more of, I don't want to say an emotional side of Deftones, but a little bit. It's cool. Didn't feel myself itching to go back so much. And the other one, another honorable mention that I really wish I liked it more, Mr. Bungle. The Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny. I think it's called Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny demo or Wrath of the Raging Easter Bunny demo. Fuck. I'm looking up right now.
Well, it's not a demo, right? Like
it has the name demo in the title.
Oh, okay. Yeah, both those albums.
The Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny demo. There we go.
Both those albums I may bring up on Loose Ends. Maybe.
Yeah. I liked the Mr. Bungle one as a thrash album, but even as a thrash album, it's too fucking long. Like it starts out really fucking good, like really fun, and like it's not bungle because it was written way before that, but it still had some really crazy stuff. Like the opening track, it's called Grizzly Adams. It's an instrumental that I remember from the original because I heard the original demo years ago, and it was written by Trey Spruance, who I will say is the best guitarist of all time. He's one of my favorite musicians ever. Secret Chiefs 3. Everyone listen to Secret Chiefs 3, and it was like it's an amazing instrumental song. And it's like my favorite song off the original demo. And when we saw them, they didn't play it. And I was like, why would they not play that fucking amazing song? And I was reading like a little kind of synopsis of the album that they released. And they said that song has never been performed live. And I don't think it ever will.
Holy shit.
And I was like, why? It's still the best song on the album. It's still an amazing opener. But it's like 50 minutes. And then like halfway through, it just becomes, thrash. Like
sure, it needed to be 30 minutes.
It needs to be 30 minutes, and it would have for sure been on the list if it was shorter. Still love every member of that band, including Scotty and Dave Lombardo. Last honorable mention. I'm not even going to mention because it's on your list, and I'll just mention when it comes on. But because this is the format we do, each of us are going to give our album of the year, top dog, album of the year, big boy.
Yep.
And then after that, we're going to alternate in chronological order. There is no ranking, none of that bullshit here. I don't even like ranking. Like
it's a mess, and also
it's a series of apples and oranges. These are all completely different artists.
Also, like I said, I tried my best. This is no way a definitive list.
Okay.
I tried my best.
All right.
This is what I can do for you people.
This is my definitive list. It's not. No, it's not. But I did put some thought into it a little bit.
No, I put thought into it.
I think it's the inverse of last year.
Yes.
Because I put less thought in last year and I put more thought in this year. I think it's the opposite with you.
No, it's not that I put less thought in. It's just
he's covering his ass. He's covering his ass.
I didn't have time.
Okay.
I didn't have fucking time to all these albums for whatever reason that I'm not going to list.
Okay.
Yes.
So, album of the year. What you got, Alex?
My album of the year, and I'm going to take a page out of Mike's book.
Oh shit!
Is Run the Jewels RTJ4.
Well, it is on my list as well.
This week on Yankee and the Brave.
Back at it like a crack addict, Mr. Black Magic, crack a bitch back.
This album is...
Crank it a little bit.
Okay, yeah, this is gotta go.
Rolling down, old natty, how napping Matty as a black granddaddy, all back, no cabin, fat black, boat captain, stay floating, no flapping, wave runner, I'm a gunner, I'ma have your block hot as a summer, all summer, and I put that on summer.
This song fucking rips.
I love this song.
Oh,
this is a
boy.
great intro.
Hell yes.
I'm a chopper with a chopper till I motherfucking drop.
Stack addict, I'm Mac with the blackest fabric. I'm back, I'm magically racking it. That's when I'm ducking right at the
God damn, that bass drum, man. It's just, it fucks you up.
LP is like one of the best producers in hip hop.
So I have a very embarrassing confession.
Yes.
Embarrassing confession. I've never heard a Run the Jewels album. This is my first Run the Jewels album, and I was very, very. I mean, I knew I would like it. But I didn't think I would like it this much.
Yeah. So here's why it's my album of the year. Just an insane discography. All 4 albums. Like if I had to rank all 4, I don't know how I would do it. I feel like they're the only American act that kind of like tapped into what 2020 felt like. Like this
Hell?
Yeah, like this came out in like the summer and this felt so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's trippy, it's hypnotic, it's angry, it's spastic. And just, yeah, what they've done with their career has been so impressive. ODB said Wu-Tang is forever. I'm going to say RTJ is forever too.
Look at that. Shots fired. Possibly literally. We don't know Alex in his free time.
Well, I wasn't beefing. I'm just saying, like, their music is going to live on for a very long time.
Dude, just going in blind like this, it automatically felt like this feels like all of my favorite hip hop, except it just has a little fucking like a hint of freshness to it.
Yes.
Like I think it's obviously the production, but it's like that really, really boomy bass and bass drum. That's like a total modern rap thing. That's totally in the past 10 years. The way it goes kind of overboard. Everything sounds like it's in those cars where the bass is the subwoofer is way too loud. It has that feel to it, but just everything else feels like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I love about all hip hop. This is that fucking early 90s. I don't want to say Wu-Tang style, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, back in the day, you would go to LP if you didn't have money because if people have never seen Rhythm Roulette, it's a YouTube series where producers put on a blindfold in a record store and then they just pick records and they have to make a beat out of it. And like the LP one is fucking insane. Like he gets shit samples. His equipment is broken and this is able to warp sounds to make he's just a mad scientist. I think like The Ground Below is good.
Oh dude, I was about to bring that one up.
Yeah.
That samples Ether by Gang of Four.
See, I didn't know what it was, but it's more on the funky side, but the way it's presented, it's like hard hitting. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to bring that up, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Until right now. That's my favorite Gang of Four song.
Oh,
so I was
interesting.
like, yes. That's the opening track on like their most famous album. Yeah, I was totally blindsided by that. And also another thing about this one, it's a really fucking mad album. And it's produced in a way that's, man, even when it's not super, super aggressive, everything has a layer of distortion on it. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the vocals, the bass, drums, the sample, all the samples, even like piano samples, all have a little bit of distortion on it. So everything feels so fucking angry.
Yeah. I think a good example for that would be the closing track, A Few Words for the Firing Squad. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's probably their longest, most personal, ambitious song. And there's this like a sax ripping through it, but it's not rowdy. It's very like minimal.
This is how I knew I loved this album, because I was putting it off for a long time. At a certain point, I forgot to listen to it, and then I remembered last minute. And I had a bunch of things lined up that I needed to listen to. And I put it on. I was like, yeah, this is really good. It's really good. And I kept going. I was like, this is really good. I was like, I need to listen to more. I don't think this is going to be on my list because like, all right, it's probably not going to be on my list, but I couldn't bring myself to stop listening to it.
Nice.
That's how you know it's on the list because I can't stop listening to it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess we'll bring, they always do a song with Zach De La Rocha, but this time, what a quartet they formed.
That's right. Yeah.
Run the Jewels, Zach De La Rocha, and fucking Pharrell. Like,
I'm not a Pharrell guy, but that song rips.
Dude.
Yeah.
I like, it's weird. Like, it's as poppy as like you can get with LP. And then like, it's just like De La Rocha screams. This reminds you that it's. Yeah. This reminds you it's Still Angry.
Yeah.
Gangster Boo, always a pleasure when she drops by. And then Holy Calamafuck. Calamafuck is the 2020 word of the year. Don't look it up. Just believe me. Dictionary word of the year. Calamafuck.
Yeah, you heard it. What's the one with fucking Josh Homme and Mavis Staples?
That is Pulling the Pin.
That's right. That one, first listen, I didn't realize Josh Homme was on there. And then as soon as I saw his name, I was like, wait a minute. All of a sudden, I couldn't not hear his fucking guitar and his dumb harmonies. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. But it's also super weird, a weird combination hearing that along with this old ass woman. I don't know her, but clearly you could hear her age.
Yeah.
It's super sassy. Good ass song.
Yeah. Most of the songs on here are good.
Yeah.
They even got DJ Premier on Ooh La La, which is super catchy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't want to sing along to that song, something's wrong.
Something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with you. Yeah. This I had a feeling you'd pick this one, but it's like, it's so it's just too good. This is an undeniable fucking album. I tried to deny it.
Yeah. I mean, throughout the year, it was this or something else, and nothing really changed my mind. So
yeah.
So this is like the first time I've had like a front runner for
really
like half the year, I guess.
Interesting. Well, solid pick for best. Now it's my turn. So this one is funny to me because it's straight. This album is a usurper. Something else was in its place, and as soon as I heard it, it fucking gave it a big boot in the ass.
Interesting.
This one stole it. I've been listening to this religiously. I can't stop. Every day I have to
get it
stuff.
in.
I have to get it in at least once. And that album, Alex, I'm a master of suspense.
Yeah.
Nothing is the ideal. All them witches.
Whoa.
Fucking incredible.
Whoa.
Bring that bitch up.
Damn. I was not expecting a level of passion. Also a little inside baseball. My computer was a little low, so I kind of cranked it up between. So
okay.
Whoa. Here we go.
This fucking song,
dude. I came into this album kind of late, but I really like it. It was on my list too, but then for talking points, I'm like, well, obviously, gotta give it to you
for this time.
Yeah. I'm glad we're like kind of bold. I didn't remember the intro being this long.
I remember being long, but I don't know the timestamp.
Yeah, we're just gonna soak in it.
It does have some really interesting production stuff in between songs, kind of like this. And they keep it to a minimum, and the album isn't even that it's done so fucking tastefully. Like it's not like every other song the way like Deaf Heaven does. Mm-hmm. It's just every once in a while they'll throw in this weird, creepy little build-up thing, and then it'll go right into it. The next song.
Yeah, I would say if someone's new to this band, if you like Baroness, if you like The Sword, maybe even Clutch. Like,
I'd never heard them before this album. I am in love.
Yeah.
I'm in love.
Or the band Graveyard is another good.
How dare you compare them to Graveyard? They're so much smarter. Graveyard just rehashing the 70s.
I love that the sci-fi vibe.
Yeah.
Before it gets, and then it's like this very pleasant.
Yeah, it's like this dude's clearly inspired, like heavily inspired by Jimi Hendrix, just stylistically, but the music is not.
No, once we get like the full song, it's very impressive the way it changes.
Oh yeah, and I got it. Since this song's taking so long to start, this is one of the most diverse fucking albums.
You think so?
Incredible.
Yeah, this part fucking slaps.
Hell yes. Also blindsided about how much I like this guy's voice.
So am I.
Love his voice.
So am I. I mean, I liked it, but I was just not, because I thought about Graveyard, and I was like, Mike will probably think it's okay.
It's so understated, and he does only what he needs to. It's perfect. That riff right there, I was listening to this with my mom.
Yeah.
She's like, what is that? And I had to count. I was like, I think it's 9. This riff is like fucking 9. He doesn't feel weird, does it?
No.
Exactly.
Oh, I kind of noticed it now. Yeah.
God damn. So that song isn't even a representation of the album.
No, it goes on a few different journeys.
This is so fucking good. I just said it right now. I was listening to this with my mom. I put it on in the car with her as we were, taking care of last minute Christmas stuff. And I was blown away about how much she loved it. Like, that was really surprising.
That's always fun when the mom's like, the hard rock.
Exactly. So the following song, it's like, I feel like it's like the most metal song on the album. Because like halfway through, it just goes on a fucking mastodon tear where, the super long riff with the extremely long drum fill that kind of goes on for like a
Enemy of my enemy.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, if my mom's going to get turned off by any song on this, it's going to be this one. And she was even into that one. I was like, okay, this is and every song, she's like, oh, this is really good too. Oh, this is good too. And I'm using my mom as a fucking yardstick because that's how accessible this shit is.
I mean, ideally, this is like the shit that should be played on like rock radio.
It is fucking, I'm furious. I have not seen this on any best of 2020 lists, let alone maybe like one, but not near the top. And this should be fucking number 1 on all of them. Like, I don't get it. I just don't fucking understand this is. This is exactly what I look for. Like, this is why I don't get tired of rock music. It's because people keep doing shit, like doing new shit.
It's interesting how like even in the world of stoner metal and sludge metal, they fly under the radar. I just heard about them last year. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but I've never done a deep dive on them. So when I threw it on, I wasn't expecting to like love it, but good enough for a make on the list. Everest is just so pretty.
Oh, dude. It's like, so everybody's really good, but that guitar player is like a total, 60s, 70s hard rock guy. You could hear a lot of the Hendrix stylings. But that solo song, man, like it goes so many different places and it tackles so many different fucking moods and genres. It doesn't feel like he's trying to sound like anybody. All these songs are so damn unique. Of course, I don't know the names of any of the songs because
there's I think a standout one stylistically is the Children of Coyote one.
Yeah, that's the one. It's a folk song. It's a fucking folk song in the middle of stoner rock, hard rock, whatever the hell this is.
I wish all country music sounded like that.
It's so damn good. It's so damn good. The one before that, though, See You Next Fall. Is that what it's called?
Yes. And that is one fourth of the album.
It's 10 minutes. It doesn't feel like 10 minutes, dude. That is one of the fucking grooviest, most hypnotic, satisfying stoner rock songs. I guess it's stoner rock.
Yeah. That's that song and Rats and Ruin.
Oh yeah.
Do not feel like 10 minutes.
Rats and Ruin, my mom's favorite song on the album.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very pretty, very pretty.
41, Lights Out.
Yep.
Brings the heaviness.
Yeah, 41. That one again, like it starts out, you know, sounding like it's gonna be a super heavy thing, and then all of a sudden it just gets super melodic. A lot of you know, bass drum solo kind of stuff. A lot of dynamics in that one. Oh god, it's so damn good. It's so damn pretty. So damn pretty. I think Lights Out is probably like the most dissonant, for lack of a better term. It's like the least immediately hooky. It's the least. If you're gonna dislike any song on there, it's gonna be Lights Out.
Yeah.
But it's the second to last song. It's like I always preach about. It's paced perfectly. It's right toward the end, but it also ends it with, you know, fucking Rats and Ruin, which is just unbelievable. Every song is so fucking. It's just so good in so many different ways. It's like 8 different bands.
Yeah.
On this album. It's in each one. Oh god, this fucking inspired me. I like this once again reinvigorated my lust for making music. Like,
I'm so happy I could.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Yeah, we'll have to see a few of these acts if they
come back
or if anyone survives this. But
I think we'll be. At some point, they gotta.
Yeah.
Fucking please. So good. So good. Yeah. I was not expecting to be like floored by an album, because like we've said in like past episodes and Patreon episodes, like, yeah, I know it's been a rough go. There's a lot of things, but there's also like, you know, less things than we'd hoped, less things compared to last year. So yeah, when I heard that, I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is easy.
Nice. I'm glad you could find that.
And also,
clear cut.
If you wouldn't have sent it to me, I don't think I would have found it, because
this was like a few days ago.
Exactly. And it's not on any fucking list, so I wouldn't even have found it. Like, it's just a damn disgrace.
Yeah, because they're like, I have my, you know, list of artists that I like, and yeah, I didn't see this on any list either, but because, you know, they're like in my library.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they got an album out. Let me check this out.
That's what gets me so mad about just the media and not articles, but like, you know, websites and, you know, lists and all this bullshit. It's like, it's so fucking, everything's politicized in its own way. Like the equivalent of like, you know, long-standing politicians that never like stay in office for like 40 years is like, bands like, I don't want to, I like the Deftones album, but it's not fucking #1 album of the year, but it gets that spot because it's an incumbent essentially. It's like, it's a good band. It's still a good album. They've consistently been good. Why not? I'll tell you why not. Because this fucking album exists and it's way fucking better.
Also, I think there's this like something about focusing on the future too. Not that, you know, Run the Jewels has been around for a bit too. I cited their career. But,
but it's also...
But like, if I just had a list of nothing but legacy acts, I don't know. It would feel weird to me.
It's insane.
Like I need some young, fresh blood in there. Even
if you weren't trying to bring in fresh blood, you should, by instinct, be finding fresh blood, because that's just the nature of art and how it keeps being created and expanding and growing. Like it should happen. Like happen substantially, if that's a word. Like there shouldn't be trying to go one way or the other. There shouldn't be all new acts, all incumbents for like, I mean, I'm going to keep using that word because it really does apply. But like, that's why I'm so glad that like I had no idea who they were and it stole top album of the year, like easily.
Nice.
So that yeah. Okay. Enough gushing. We have an actual list, and it's going to be a long fucking episode, undoubtedly.
Probably.
So, Alex,
speaking of young blood,
we are now going in no particular, chronological order for the most part.
Or somewhat.
Yeah.
So this came out back in January. This is Poppy. I disagree.
Bury me 6 feet deep. Bury me 6 feet deep.
So as you know, I have an affinity for baby metal.
Yes, you do.
6 feet deep.
And this has baby metal written all over it.
This is American baby metal.
It is. I listened to this song and a few others. Alex, you're psycho. You're psychotic.
I am a crazy person. I like what she said about this song. She's like, I can beat you up, but sometimes I also like giving you candy. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I hate her. I fucking hate her.
She's not a musician per se.
Is she not? I could have told you that. But based on the way that these songs flow, or don't.
I think they flow extremely well. I love it.
Not bad. Like, objectively enough. Okay. Because these are interesting melodies.
And now there's a Beatles part for no reason.
That's what I don't like. It's not that it sounds actually more like the Beach Boys to me, honestly.
Or Beach Boys. Yeah, whatever. You get what I mean. An older 60s. It feels like the way it flows, like you're watching like a Broadway musical to me.
You know what? That's actually a good way to put it. So
I'll tell you why I don't like that as like this whole, jumping from thing to thing aspect. So it really does, to me, it reads as someone who's deliberately trying to be spazzy or spastic and doesn't really know how things go. Like, those aren't bad melodies. Those aren't bad riffs at all. But it feels inauthentic. I don't know what it is, but it just rubs me the wrong way.
Because she's a YouTube personality who made a metal album.
I didn't know that, but I fucking felt it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I didn't know who this was going in. I heard, I was like, this doesn't feel real. This feels like someone trying to be like Mr. Bungle.
I didn't know who she was either. I just saw the articles like Poppy is dropping a metal album. I'm like, I don't know who Poppy is. And then I'm like, oh, it's like baby metal. And then can she do a full album's worth? And I think she can.
All right. Keep defending.
The two biggest things that I hate that, aside from the death and all that, that I didn't get from 2020 was Fast and Furious 9. And then I was going to go see Poppy, Igorrr, and Deftones all on the same bill.
What a weird lineup.
I hope to God that tour still happens. But yeah, like that song Played Concrete, I just love the Bury Me 6 Feet Deep, Turn Me Into a Street. I like the title track. It's more of a real song, if you want to use that. I love her whiny little screams.
Also, one thing that kept me from enjoying this is my legitimate distaste for that kind of pop. Like,
yeah.
Even if it was like, if I didn't have this weird kind of like, instinct that it doesn't feel real. I still don't like that kind of pop. I don't like K-pop. I don't like, heavy metal. I just don't like it. So it wasn't going to win me over regardless.
I think if you throw metal into anything, I don't listen to anime music, but like there's something.
One punch. Sorry. You got to throw in a one punch.
You got to throw in a one punch. Yeah. There's just something about Poppy and baby metal that I'm like, I will listen to that.
I appreciate it for the novelty aspect, but the thing is, that's the thing. I don't have a problem with baby metal because it doesn't feel forced or like she's trying to like do a cash grab. This felt like a cash grab. I swear to God.
It doesn't feel like a cash grab to me because I'm going to assume the people who watch her on YouTube do not like this.
But they would fucking buy it. That's the thing. They would do it.
You think so?
Controversy, dude. Controversy sells. People hating shit sells way more than people liking shit. That is marketing.
I will say Billie Eilish
yeah,
is obviously more talented in terms of singing.
100%.
But this is also like if Billie wasn't scared to go like full on Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie.
There's time. She's a kid.
Yeah, there's still time, but like her fate is kind of written in the,
It's very likely.
Yeah.
Trajectory.
And that's the thing.
stars.
Like Poppy could have. I think she may have done that. Like she had a song called "Am I a Girl" or something weird that was more poppy. But
her last one was a straight up pop record, wasn't it?
Yeah. And so like it didn't work. So whatever. I welcome Poppy into the metal community.
And I do not. So if you just depending on wherever, I feel like this is exactly where the community stands.
Yeah.
Like one person is super like, you know what, fuck it. And I'm like, no, this is no. And it's not that I don't welcome craziness, because the album I'm about to talk about is the exact same amount of craziness, but it feels fucking authentic. And that's my ultimate thing. It's just, I have no evidence. All right. This is all based on my gut. I have no way to back any of this up other than that, the way it just kind of struck my brain.
Sure.
So that brings me to first on my list, Spirituality and Distortion by Igorrr.
Trying to pull it up. You segue.
Sorry. It came out. We should probably do dates too.
Yeah. Throw that date out there to let me click around a little.
I Disagree by Poppy came out January 10th. Spirituality and Distortion was released March 27th. Please tell me you found it.
Got it.
Nice.
So I've actually.
Wait. Okay, that's weird.
You're in charge.
Come on.
You're in charge
It's
of that.
literally not letting me choose it.
I guess we'll.
There we go.
Okay. I've actually seen them live.
Really?
And so far, this sounds different from what they were doing.
This is a weird fucking album that I had no idea what this was going in.
And that's why I didn't listen to it, because I didn't like. Well, I don't think you had. I think this a late edition, or at least to me.
Yeah. It's
I saw it came out, but like I didn't listen to it because I didn't like what I heard live. So I would have never listened to it. I like this though so
it's
far.
It's cool. This song is like not even close to like what the album sounds like. It's not that I don't know, man. It's got a lot of Eastern stuff, as you can hear right now.
Yeah.
A lot of trip hop, a lot of French accordions, a lot of opera, a lot of violins, and a lot of metal. A lot of death metal, a lot of black metal. It's fucking insane.
Yeah. Like those feelings you had for Poppy is how I felt about their live act.
Okay.
But who knows? A relatively new band. They're evolving. They're changing.
It's actually just one guy. And
oh, okay. Yeah.
So throughout, it kind of has that sort of Middle Eastern vibe to it. Except when it goes mega wacky.
Yeah,
and it goes mega wacky, dude.
Oh, I heard a lot of wacky shit.
Oh, yeah. These vocals, there's 2 female vocalists. Each one is fucking incredible, and I can't tell them apart. Honestly. God damn it, this is cool. Okay, so this is a weird album. I'm gonna. Okay, so the vocalist, I think. Where are we at? The soprano is Laurent Lenoir, and the other one is Laura Le. They're French. Okay, I can't read the fucking name, but yeah, this is all ultimately just the brainchild of what was his name? Gauthier Serre.
Something like that.
Yeah, pseudonym is Igorrr with 3 R's because, of course. Man, I was just finding lists and I just was trying to get in as many as possible. Yeah. And by that opening song, I was like, this is whatever. It's just a weird kind of, Eastern influenced metal band. But as the album went on, like, he just kept getting weirder and weirder. So I want to put on just for a second, Musette Maximum. Because
too many windows open. Okay.
This broke me for a second.
They were doing a lot of shit like this when I saw it.
This. It's just French accordion music with a double pedal.
Also, Also, I think I screwed up and went on a date.
Oh,
Yeah.
You brought a girl to see this shit? Alex.
I wanted to. Okay, so this DJ guy, Ghost, but it's spelled with no H because there's a million things called Ghost.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Ghosts, and the show was like $15. And based on our conversations, I was like, she would like Ghost. I know nothing about Igorrr. And I'm like, do you want to like get out of here? And she goes, no, let's stay. And that was the worst decision she's ever made.
I don't know if I would enjoy seeing this guy live, but because even the album is like, it's not perfect at all and it's pretty long, but the places that it goes is, first of all, you never see it coming.
No,
that's the only song that sounds like that on the album. And then it also has like a full-on death metal song, like Corpse Grinder guests on one of the songs, Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse. And man, just the way they implement the operatic stuff, usually like when I think of opera in metal, I think of like, later Emperor or stuff with like a lot of synths and it's pretty cheesy and like, it's like kind of hokey. This feels like legit opera that happens to have brutal drums behind it. And it comes across way less cringy than I was expecting in my head.
Sure.
Like, way less. And there's like certain moments where it just kind of abandons everything. And it's just, like a giant choir of these crazy female vocals and she goes fucking nuts sometimes. And it's just so damn interesting. A lot of it kind of reminds me of like a Lingua, the way it's kind of opera, but it adds in this weird dirt to it where it just kind of sounds a little bit psycho. It's really interesting. Even if it gets fucking overwhelming at times, which it certainly does.
Well, I'm going to give it a listen.
I wanted you to put on just a little taste of the Hollow Tree, because this is the one where I was like, this could be digestible. It's very simple, but it's almost has like a baroqueness to it because it has some harpsichord.
Okay.
God damn it. Yeah. It's fucking groovy. It's a simple hook.
Yeah, that's good bass.
Yeah. I fucking love this. This song is like the fourth track. It wasn't until this song that I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm definitely in.
Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love it. I love this so much. She sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's scary. I love it. Yeah.
Amazing musicians. Weird album.
I'm gonna give it a listen.
All right.
I'm gonna go back to the Igorrr well.
Yeah. Moving on.
Don't have to. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready?
Let's do this. You couldn't be any more different.
Yeah.
Since we're going in chronological order. This is the Weeknd After Hours. I love the production on this song.
Yep.
This album is partially why I didn't listen to more albums.
How do you mean?
I felt so conflicted about it at first.
Really?
And I was like, there's some shit I don't like. Do I like this album? And then I realized all the weak shit's in the beginning.
I didn't finish the album.
Yeah, this is not a Mike album, but
I know. I figured that by like track 3. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I just This man, this like really committed to the synths on this album.
Those are really good synths.
Yeah. Who produced this? You could. So some of the producers on here are like Metro Booming, Il Angelo, and Max Martin. And yeah, I realized this is kind of like, I remember when Kanye dropped 808s and Heartbreaks, and I hated that album forever. And then like years later, I realized it's brilliant.
Mhm.
And so I was like, I don't want to make that mistake here. So let me dig into the after hours. And I just appreciate how this man committed to the aesthetic
Mhm.
of the album. I'm not the first person to say it, but it's like lots of comparisons to like Drive, Good Times, Uncut Gems, Fear and Loathing. And all the music videos are like tie into this
Mhm.
story. It's just a really impressive piece of art, especially for a pop artist who doesn't have to do that.
Right.
He could just do singles.
Yep.
But
They usually do.
let me tell you, those singles,
Slap.
they're all dope.
Good.
They're all at the end.
good.
Yeah. So
Well, not good, but you know what I mean.
yeah, I think like some of the tracks that follow after are just kind of weak. Like, it's not a strong song, but it's definitely, I think, like one of my lyrics of the year. He says, "She likes my futuristic sounds in that new spaceship, futuristic sex. Give her Philip K. Dick."
Oh, that's pretty fucking good, dude.
I've been begging for a rapper or someone
Did you reference Dune?
or Philip K. Dick. Like,
Wait, was that Dune?
no, that was Herbert.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
He did all the.
He did like Blade Runner,
the original title of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Minority Report. Yeah.
all that stuff.
Wait, do robots dream of electric sheep? Was that the
Yes,
original? Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
And then another weak song, but this lyrics that make me laugh. She's a cold-hearted bitch with no shame, but her throat fire. And yeah, just like all the singles, like I feel like they deserve all the hype. Like Blinding Lights, Heartless, and yeah. Once you get to the middle and the end, I think it's just great. It's if you're a fan of like those synth soundtracks from like this. I think the Sadie brothers, the guys who did Good Times and Uncut Gems, are like Drive. This is like a no brainer. I saw someone say Cyberpunk may have sucked, but he like unintentionally delivered a Cyberpunk R&B album.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Because, like I said, I only got through a few songs because I mean, it just, first of all, not my style.
yeah.
Two, his fucking voice. It's like, it's so
It's
much
high.
that.
It's high.
It's just that I like variation in vocal. That's like, it's not that it's bad at all. It's just, it wears. I mean, no matter how much I did really like the synth stuff.
Like I said, the guys who, because there's a few of them. Like,
Yeah.
I guess the most notable one is Metro Booming. Like this, yeah. Everyone, all the producers on this are.
And also, that's a really good album cover.
That album cover, yeah, that like ties into the music videos.
I feel like it would.
Yeah, the music videos are wild. He's like licking toads. He's murdering people. Like it's getting real meta. And like one of them segues after he's played Jimmy Kimmel.
Whoa, that's crazy. That's weird.
Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, I really appreciate people like The Weeknd who want to give you an experience. He doesn't want to give you singles. He just wants, whether these songs are connected or not, he is dedicated to making it cohesive.
So a rare gem in terms of pop stars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one
of really popular mainstream artists. I guess you can call it a pop artist, whatever.
Yes, as someone who primarily, or I don't want to say primarily, but like heavy metal speaks to my soul the most. Yeah, I think every once in a while there are and I never really listened to his stuff before. I think his single "I Can't Feel My Face," I was like, that's a good song, but I never like sought out his albums. I saw this on a bunch of lists. It's like, let me see what this is about. I don't know how I feel. And then I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going on. You're making it. You're making it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So that came out March 20th. We're still in the month of March. My next pick. This is a weird one. All right. This is a weird one. This is the most obscure one. This is the one that was not going to make it onto any list. No one knows who this is. I barely know who this is by an accident. This guy has no fan base. It's not true. He has some fan base, but very minimal. This is Alluring the Distant Eye by Sadness.
God damn it. I almost did it.
Come on, you second shit. There we go.
God, I hate sorry.
That was the wrong one.
Yep. I really enjoyed this album. I listened to it yesterday.
Really?
This one caught me off guard. I don't know why I like it so much. I wish I didn't like this.
Yeah.
Honestly.
This is a thick boy.
Oh, yeah.
These songs are real thick.
4 songs, each of them quite lengthy.
One of them is 22 minutes.
Sure is.
This one's 15.
This one's only 15, guys. All right. I distinctly remember hearing this for the first time in the car, and I was like, finally! I think this year has some hope. I fucking love this.
I'll wait for it. It's so funny if these songs were shorter, you would, because I realized, it does like pretty black metal, but because they're so drawn out, you don't think
it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a lengthy buildup.
Yes.
Lengthy buildup.
You got timestamps?
No.
You want me to jump around?
This is a pretty opening, so it's a little play a little longer, at least until the drums come in. But it gets brutal in a very, very in your bedroom, in your garage, lo-fi. But that somehow makes it feel even worse and sadder and more like fucking gut-wrenching.
Well, you have purists. Well, I guess the purists would write this off because there's pretty stuff in it.
Exactly.
But you have like purists who say it's not real black metal.
Unless it sounds like shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound that bad, though. It sounds bad compared to everything else on our list. But like...
Especially after the Weeknd.
But this is literally one dude who churns out records a lot. One kid who's just throwing out 1 million of these records.
He's good.
He's good.
It's real good.
Okay, now fast forward, I don't know, a few minutes. Let's see what happens. There we go. It's full of black metal.
Yeah.
Full on black metal. Okay, so without context, that's the black metal stuff sounds awful. It doesn't. I swear to God, the way it builds up into it and leads into it, it feels so fucking sad.
And oftentimes the reason it's stuck with me is because like that dun, 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 they play it over the black metal and it doesn't sound forced.
Nope.
So like it's like they mesh these things and then they like drop it out and it's just like I didn't really feel the length. I mean, I did, but like I wasn't like, oh God, when is this gonna end?
Right. Yeah, no. The only song I care about the least is like the last song, but at that point you're already so absorbed in the whole fucking mood of the whole thing. So the Sadness, it's just one guy's name is Damien Ojeda, I think. Ojeda. But he turns out these albums, and I think last year there was one. It's the one that I kept seeing the most because it had this really, really good cover. It's like a pink cover with a silhouette. Whatever. I forgot what it's called. Wait, maybe I could find it right here.
Also,
you know what? I can. It's called I Want to Be There. That one. So, girl I was seeing a while back, she made a playlist for me. That song was the last song on there. A song from that album was the last song on there. And it really struck me. I was like, this is, what is this fucking upsetting bullshit? I like it. And when I went back, like looking for records that came out this year, and I saw that he released like 3 records this year. This is the only full length.
Oh,
The other 2 are like EPs. I don't know if I like this one more than that other album, but I think I might. Yeah, so like the thing we were just hearing, that fucking acoustic thing, that's a theme that kind of comes up repeatedly throughout the album. So I wouldn't be me if I didn't somehow find a way to shoehorn depression into this podcast, because it is a music podcast about depression. It's literally, which I didn't even know was a fucking genre, depressive suicidal black metal. Why does that exist? Why does that exist?
Because of course it does. Yeah, it's weird because for how depressive it is, I think there's some catchy hooks.
There is.
Like on Sky You Feel, there's a metal part. I was in the car listening to it, so I don't have a timestamp. But like, it's like I don't want to say standard metal part,
it's
but
pretty like
victorious.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like halfway into the 20-minute song or something like that. But no, that's an interesting riff too, because on paper I hate it. Like those chord changes are like chord changes we've heard a million fucking times. But that hook, that specifically what the guitar is doing is so like, yeah, I've heard it before, but it's something just really, like you're saying, like victorious about it. Like, yeah, it does really feel good. It feels really good in the context of all this other depressing shit. I don't know. It comes in at the right time. It's really well paced in that respect. I wish I didn't like this genre. I don't want to like this genre. And to be honest, because a lot of this stuff does get pretty samey. Especially like an entire subgenre of stuff that sounds like this, because it has like the elements of what Def Heaven made popular, but it's not that. It's way sadder.
The only time I thought shoegaze was on Cerulean.
Yeah.
That's like way towards the end.
Yeah, it's not quite that, but it does have that soft black metal kind of dichotomy. So a lot of this will make you depressed. It will get boring after a while. It's all very samey. It's all very minor key, all sad. But every once in a while, you want to just fucking zone out, take a long drive at nighttime. This is fucking awesome.
And that's when I listened to it on a long drive, and it fucking worked. It was perfect.
Hell yeah. So check him out. I mean, he's not, he's for sure the smallest name on this list, but I think
I think I could beat you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know where you're going. I think maybe you might be right.
Not my next one, but I'll bring it up.
What you got next?
Next up, this came out April 3rd. This is Thundercat. It Is What It Is. I skipped the intro because it's a talky intro, and also this song fucking rules.
So smooth. So smooth.
This is what jazz should sound like.
I don't disagree.
Yeah. Or I guess there's a lot of different sections of jazz, but like, because it's such a genre that's just focused on the past.
Oh, right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's why I like, a Thundercat, because he's technically a jazz bassist. But,
Oh, undoubtedly.
This is really fucking good.
Man, he works with Flying Lotus a lot, and this album was produced by Flying Lotus, and it's just the both of them together are some of the best duos in, if you want to call it jazz, you want to call it hip hop,
It's like
R&B, soul.
It's a hybrid of all that. Yeah.
It's everything. The first two tracks kind of set it up like it's gonna be this spacey journey, but then he kind of goes. His previous album, Drunk, was this kind of. He's very known for this being a nerdy, lovable guy.
Yeah.
Like he has a song called Dragon Ball Do-Rag.
It's my favorite song on the album, not just because it's nerdy, but because dude, I can listen to that shit.
Real catchy.
Dude, I can listen to that bass line for fucking days.
Also saying, I just want to smash in my do-rag is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty good.
He like views the do-rag as a form of a superpower.
It's so stupid.
and he's like, and people are like, oh, I like your Dragon Ball shirts. And he's like, it's not a shirt. I have entire wardrobes.
Yeah.
Dedicated to Dragon Ball.
I'm surprised that comedian Ryan Long was the first guy to make this joke, but like, yeah, like the black guys are the only people that can make liking Dragon Ball Z cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's this like, I don't want to go on a tyrant about it, but it's this gateway drug anime, I guess.
It is.
Like, I don't think John's going to fight me.
John's going to fight. You know what? You want to hear something fucking... All right, I'm going to go ahead and reveal a fucking cloak. I'm not cool at all, dude. I've been watching Yu Yu Hakusho every night for the past week and a half. That show is the fucking shit. Let's move on.
Nothing wrong with that. So, talking about, depressive, suicidal black metal.
Yeah.
I like that Thundercat is not, afraid to talk about things like that. Like there's a song called Miguel's Happy Dance, and you could, he's just saying like dance through the pain. Mm-hmm. You look at the song two ways. One, dance through the pain. You're going to be all right. You're going to be okay, which is fine. Or that it's bullshit that when you're like suffering inside, you just have to put on a smile.
You just gotta fucking lie, dude.
So,
you become real. I'm a real good liar, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't lie, but I have to have that skill just to pretend that I don't hate everything that's happening at all times.
Yeah.
I'm lying right now.
You could even take it as both ways, even.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the guest list is crazy. Like I said, Flying Lotus, who's this master DJ producer. He got like Childish Gambino on Black Quails. And then like, so the middle is kind of like the thing he did on Drunk, but then it gets back to being spacey. Mm-hmm. Books ends it with songs like How I Feel, King of the Hill featuring Bad, Bad, Not Good, which again, technically they're jazz, but they just do all this rad instrumental hip hop shit. They did an album with Ghostface Killer. Yeah, there's some tributes to Mac Miller, Going Back to Your Feelings, Existential Dread, just a perfect song for the year because we're all dealing with that. Features a man named Pedro Martins. I like his playing. I don't know what he's known for, but and then it gets kind of meta because he intros you like welcome to this album thing. And then the outro is kind of like saying goodbye to the listeners as well as Mac Miller. So another solid entry in the Thundercat discography.
Hell yeah. I listened to this once. His voice does wear on me the same way with the Weeknd. It's just very, it's the one way, it's the one mode throughout the whole thing. But these songs are well written. They're super well written. And they all have this different taste in each one.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best bass players.
And it's even if you just don't even care about technical proficiency.
He knows how to write pop.
Exactly. They're just interesting songs.
Yeah. Maybe not accessible pop, but like again, you could throw this on in front of the parentals.
My mom would like it. I can assure you that. All right. My next pick. This came out May 29th. This is Self Surgery by Mrs. Piss.
Should I skip the intro?
Please skip the intro.
Okay.
Yeah.
This particular song
is fucking rude. I'll fix it.
This particular song is probably like the most like straightforward rock and roll.
This is my least favorite song on the album. By a long shot.
But the intro is pretty fucking wild.
The intro is badass.
It's not good for like talking over, but
no, and it's also a wild misrepresentation of the EP. It sounds nothing like anything else. It's just like, just fucking.
That shit sounded like it was gonna blow out my speakers. Yeah. It's crazy.
So this is like a standard punk song.
Yeah.
I want you to do me a favor, put on the next song. Because this is where it gets fucking good.
That's where the heavy biscuits come in.
getting into some sludginess.
Yeah, this song is dope. You don't need to tell me to add it to the playlist. It's already there.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, that opening song, I thought, I was like, oh, I'm not going to care for this. And then as soon as this one comes out, I was like, all right, we're good. And then it just keeps getting better from here. I think something's up with the panning, because there should be some loud vocals here. I'll check it in post.
Okay.
But point is, you should be hearing Chelsea Wolf's amazing voice right now. Okay, so this is it's an EP. It's just a long EP.
Mm-hmm.
Duo, Chelsea Wolf and Jess Gowrie, or Gowrie, I think it's Gowrie. She's like a, drummer for all kinds of people. Not really any one particular thing that I know of.
Mm-hmm. And then she's, of course, been on Chelsea Wolf albums.
Yeah, of course.
In the past.
But we all know Chelsea Wolf. She's wonderful. And this doesn't really sound like Chelsea Wolf for the most part. It's way more raw. It sounds like her, but
I guess that song's like, her Abyss era.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the cool thing about her is she can, like, her last album was pretty acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it's like, okay, she's just gonna
do what she wants.
Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love it. I love her. And this is this is a pretty fucking raw record. And some of it is just so goddamn catchy. Like, the song Mrs. Piss, which is the closer. Oh, God damn it. Oh, God damn it. That's the song that made me keep listening to this thing over and over again. Like,
interesting.
It's so fucking good. And again, it has just, dips back and forth between the sludginess, the stonerness of, the song we're just listening to, and a little bit more up tempo, punky stuff. It's really simple. It's a duo.
Mm-hmm.
It's dirty. It doesn't need to do more.
The song that blew my mind was she took everything because it's this noisy sludge and they threw in like I call it like the Kashmir string section.
Oh, okay.
Because you think of like Led Zeppelin's Kashmir. And I'm like, man, what a awesome choice.
Yeah.
For
you still know it's Chelsea because of that kind of instrumentation. It's a duo, but there's still a bunch of weird shit happening. Still really, really good production. That's what I like about that. Like, you could still be really simple and raw and punky while still having really crazy production.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this whole thing has that, that layer of fuzz over everything. So even if it is not super, super aggressive, it has that, it still feels fucking dirty.
Yeah.
Not to mention the cover, which is very, very dirty.
Yes. It's very funny because I was trying to tie things together. Nobody Wants to Party with Us is just a heavy version of The Weeknd's After Hours.
Really?
It's kind of like the same, lyrically, like the same vibe. Like you could like reinterpret that into a Weeknd song.
Interesting. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a really fun song though.
Yeah. Overall fun record. Super, super short. Not going to do it for everybody.
20 minutes of your life.
Yeah. I listen to this thing, all the time when working out. It's perfect for that. It's good. It's great. Not what I was expecting from Chelsea at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
I think I probably would have given this honorable mentions.
I not that I was expecting it to not be good, but I was not expecting to be really like, I'm not in love with it, but I do like it a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
It surpassed my expectations greatly. It was one of the earliest additions to my list.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it was like sadness. And then I heard this. I was like, okay, I think this is going to be an okay year.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right.
Gonna make it.
Hell yeah. What you got next?
So next up, I have a little band from London called Sex Swing Type 2. There's a little bit of a build for this, but we can talk. And and this starts my trend of a lot of
no names,
or like musicians from like the UK.
Okay.
There's just something about stuff in London this year that was special. So this band sound.
Scared the shit out of me. Okay.
Maybe I should have played a different song. So, it's kicking you in the dick, and everyone just turn the podcast off right now. Oh man, should have played a different song. Whatever, I'm owning it. This is my pick.
I asked you to play the second one too. I asked you for the last record.
What do you mean?
For Mrs. Piss.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, now
by all means, you can play another song.
No. But yeah,
you can hear it now. Essentially.
Yeah. They sound like if someone listened to Joy Division and said, "That's for pussies."
Yeah.
You need more drugs. You need more noise.
Way more drugs.
More swan stuff. More paranoia. And it's just fucking awesome.
This is pretty crazy.
So I apologize for making everyone listen to that. I wasn't thinking, because I'm a psychopath and I listen to stuff like that and I'm like, oh.
What's the big deal?
Yeah, interesting. So yeah,
Who is this band?
Was it the guitar player? And Idols was on Amoeba's What's in My Bag, and he recommended it. I believe they did a remix album of this, but yeah, I love, the abrasive shit on here. I love the groovy Joy Division shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's like something later on in that song that sounds like an electric saxophone, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Could be.
Yeah, like the following song, Skimmerington Ride. That's like as hypnotic and psychedelic you can get for this band. There's some interesting stuff like on Valentine's Day at the Gym. There's this really good guitar riff that this will pop in and out of the song, and I hope this song is not as abrasive as the previous song. I'm just gonna throw it on real quick.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna fast forward.
Those vocals are fucking weird.
Yeah, this is not for the faint of heart.
No.
I should have time stamped it. I don't.
But the thing is, this is actually a good representation. It's super repetitive. It's super drony. So those vocals are never going to get nicer. They're always going to be weird.
Oh wait, no. Sorry. Yeah,
really buzzy, really noisy. This is a weird fucking band. I do like it.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
No, it's not.
No.
I mean, also they're called sex swing. Yeah. It's a good Google search.
You really do have to specify sex swing band
or the album.
Yeah.
And then like the last song is just so killer too. It's just very like krautrocky. If you thought that first song was abrasive too, the La Riconota. There's like, it sounds like bass and horns in unison, this assaulting your ears.
It does have some great sounds. Honestly, when I give this like a half over, I got about like halfway through.
Yeah.
And even that, I was like, I was not expecting this to be on Alex's list. This is
really,
I did not see this one coming. This one really caught me off guard. I was like going from the Weeknd to this. It's like, fuck. Homie's got range.
I'm a man of many tastes, and yeah, I'm offended. You think I'm not down for cool, noisy shit?
It is very cool, and this was actually, it wasn't hard to find info about them, but they're definitely lower on the known list.
Yeah, I tried to look up like a bio or something. I just saw they're from London, and I'm like, I'm just gonna let the music speak for itself. And
yeah, that's honestly with to go back to Sadness for a second. I had to, in order to find out his name, the guy's name, I had to go to his fucking Patreon. I couldn't find his name anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, no bios, nothing. Even his own pages that he runs, he puts no information. Come on, man. Whatever. But yeah, interesting band. Did you listen to their first album?
No, I haven't. This is the only thing. And this, I wasn't going to put on the list because I thought it came out last year for some reason. And I was just going through my albums and I like clicked on it. And I was like, oh, it did come out this year. So this almost didn't make it because I thought it came out last year.
Interesting stuff. Crazy stuff. If you like weird shit, definitely. My next pick, this album came out May 15th. I don't know if you mentioned that.
I forgot to mention.
Okay. This album, May 29th, I believe. Oh, the same day as Mrs. Piss. I just realized. Same day. This is Future Teenage Cave Artists by Deerhoof.
I have not listened to Deerhoof in forever.
Oh, in a long time?
A long time.
I was not expecting to put them on my list. I'll tell you that right now.
They did a pre-show at the museum one time.
Really?
Yeah.
It is a band I would like to see live, but my love for this band is very conditional.
Oh yeah, I think we've talked about it. Greg is one of the greatest drummers ever.
My favorite ever. Yeah. That's him singing also, by the way, and I hate his voice. Hate his singing voice. Love his drumming.
This is a fun song, though.
It's fun. It's so messy. And it's funny to me because the whole album is that way. And they're not a messy band. It's just they decided this time to make it sound like they're not playing together.
Sure.
They're just that kind of band. Deerhoof, I have such a love-hate relationship with Deerhoof. And when I heard this for the first time, I'm like, it's not going to make it on the list. This is not going to fucking... And then I just felt like, I feel like I kind of need to go back. And there is something really charming about this whole album. And the writing is actually legitimately good. There's some fucking really good bass lines all over the place. It's an actually... I like Deerhoof, but it's like every other album that they put out I like. I'm never excited for a new Deerhoof album. Because I'm always like, I don't know if am I going to like this one or not? Because... still to this day, Breakup Song is my favorite. And I think that's like a fucking masterpiece. And then the one that came after that was Island Bonita. That one is also fucking incredible. And then there's like a fucking streak of like, okay, I don't care. And then they have another one's like, all right, this one's pretty good. I don't care. And then this one was like, all right, I like it.
Nice.
It's weird. Again, it sounds like it's intentionally played out of sync. Each member is like kind of like slightly slower than the next member. So it feels very garagey, which isn't uncommon for Deerhoof albums. And I of course I'm forgetting her name, the vocalist / bassist. I don't like her voice. I hate her fucking voice. And it's not.
And you thought I was going to pick albums I hated.
Dude. I don't hate the album. I swear to God, I like it. It's just, she's a Japanese woman with a Japanese accent that sounds like every other Japanese female singer in the world. And it kind of keeps it like, there's something about really heavy accents in vocals that I don't like because it's hard to hear past them. It's like, it's not that. Here's the thing with singing.
You know, on a quick side note, and only nerds will know this, Beth. I'm amazed you liked Blonde Redhead because it's high pitched and accent.
I don't mind high pitch. I like all types of voices. The thing is, there's a certain thing with accents that because what Americans think because they're fucking jackasses is that I forgot. There's a lot of comedians who've made this joke. Like, why do British people sing in American accents? They don't. There was no such thing as an American accent in singing. When you sing, it's its own accent, which sounds crazy, but you pronounce things a certain way when you're singing because of resonances. It just you can project better when you pronounce certain vowels a certain way. It just so happens that a lot of the time, American accents happen to share that same vowel.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why British singers, Irish singers, Japanese singers, whoever, they sound quote unquote American is because they're using those vowel sounds for better resonance.
Mm-hmm.
She does not do that. She sings like she has a thick Japanese accent and it's annoying. It's fucking annoying to me.
Some people like that shit.
They do. My brother loves that shit. The same with British singers. Like you hear the super Cockney accents. I don't like that either. It's just, it's not really good vocals to me in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm done shitting on it. I'm done shitting on this album and this band because they're a great band. That's a band that does what very few others can ever say is that you never know what they're going to fucking do next.
Yeah.
You never know what the next Deerhoof album is going to sound like.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. And they've had such a long career and so many albums. Each album so much wildly different than the one before it. This one, if you like Deerhoof, you have an okay starting ground, but even this goes really, I don't know how to explain it because it has a certain mood to it, a certain melancholy throughout the whole album,
mm-hmm.
which is why I like it so much. Like the last track is a solo piano track that sounds fucking so God. It's like, I can't say sad. I can only say melancholy because it sounds old. It sounds like it was recorded in a dungeon. I don't know. It's just haunting in a way. And it's a thing that they don't do that often.
Mm-hmm.
They don't often go where you feel kind of like lonely and cold.
Sure.
This album does that for me.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Good album. What you got next?
Well, I really wish you went on your rant about accents at the end because you set me up.
I'm sorry.
My next pick, which I think is probably the most obscure artist, this is a punk rock hip hop duo called Bob Vylan. This came out June 5th on their EP called We Live Here. I love me some Cockney accents.
Really?
I love this shit. Obviously,
it's a lovely area before you come here. Lovely.
I did not hear this at all.
I thought I sent it to you.
You did. I didn't get around to it. So this guy's not performing good vocals. What I would consider good. I'm kidding.
I love his voice.
God knows no one will trust me. Mum don't look like me, but thank God she still loved me. Neighbors called
this dude is British as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Since we arrived, this place has got so ugly, but this is my fucking country, and it's never been fucking lovely.
This is abrasive.
I love it. I love it.
I'll tell you one thing. I do not hate it.
Nice. Yeah. These blokes are the future.
The future. Fuck.
Yeah. I was going through lists and I'm like, who's this British dude with dreads and a fucking Crash shirt?
Oh, you mean Crass?
Oh yeah. Who is it? Who is this? And I was just like instantly hooked.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, this EP is not streaming. They have like a few of the singles up on Spotify and iTunes. I just gave them money to hear the EP on their Bandcamp because I was so captivated. It's so hard to mix hip hop and rock, but they do it.
None of that sounded weird.
Yeah.
Or none of that sounded forced or kind of shoehorned.
Yeah, they're this like the bastard child of like British garage, grime, hardcore music, Body Count, Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
There's a song on here called Pulled Pork, and I'm like, that's the modern day Cop Killer.
Oh, really?
Like, I feel it. I feel the anger in that song. And then he says like some of the most punk rock shit on there. Like he says, save a life and skin a pig. Like that, I can picture like a punk.
That's a patch. That's a patch right there.
That is a fucking patch. And then there's this guy from Fever 333 on there who this kind of sounds like an emo guy who grew up listening to Rage Against the Machine.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another line in there where he says like expletives, and I'm not trying to get in trouble, but he says, no, I'm not someone like killing a cop. I'm a black man killing a black man killer. But with expletives. And I was like, damn, that's really like clever wordplay. Yeah, this like my trend of like the people in Europe for some reason, like the Black Lives Matter stuff for some reason, and like 2 other picks I have coming up. It's like, I'm like, why is the UK doing this better than like capturing this moment better than over here in America with like something that I thought was very American.
Yeah.
And so also hearing this was like this weird, like bonding, like not bonding moment, but like, oh, like shit's pretty fucked in the UK too. Like they feel it.
Yeah.
They feel it.
If I had to guess why that association might be, I might actually, it seems like it could be the distance. Like the fact that they aren't right in the thick of it. They aren't like overwhelmed by, I don't know this for sure because I don't fucking live there, but like everyone here,
you know, who lives there.
Wait, what?
Oh,
no, sorry. You know what I mean? Like here, everyone's always in the middle of a fight. Everyone's always in the middle of an argument. There's always just some side fighting another side. Over there, it's so much a thing to look at from afar. Maybe that's possibly.
I think they have like their stuff over there, but it doesn't make it over here because he name dropped someone, and I was just like, I didn't like.
Americans are very self-centered.
Yes,
we're the best.
Yes, but yes, very punk rock, metal, hip hop. I love his rapping voice. I love his screaming voice. I'm not sure the name of the second guy who I'm assuming produces and does the music, but it's just. It all comes together in a way I wasn't expecting. It's the only album that like, or EP that this year that gets me hyped.
Really?
Like, and I say that as someone who just put on a lot of like noisy shit. Like this, I like, man, if I'm feeling tired, I'm just going to throw this fucking EP on and it's, yeah, I'm so excited to see what they do in the future.
Support not locals, almost said local. Support a non-local.
Also, I guess
on where you are.
For our listeners, their name's Bob Vylan. It's spelled like Bob Dylan.
I know.
But you replace the D with the, and that's why I thought they were gonna suck too.
It's a stupid fucking name. Stupid fucking name.
But man, like, yeah, check out these guys on like YouTube. They're single. They have like singles and stuff on the streaming stuff. And yeah, I was not expecting this.
I remember looking them up for a second, and that was hard to find info.
Yeah,
literally not streaming. So
yeah, I just like the way you felt about well, obviously not because I didn't give them album, but like where you're like, I gotta listen to it every day.
Yeah. Okay, not bad. Not bad. All right, my next pick. This came out July 31st. This is who apparently is established, and I'd never fucking heard of him. I'm a jackass.
Give me a little second because I was just gushing about Bob Vylan.
I will say his name slowly because I also just learned how to pronounce his fucking name today.
I don't want to say it.
I've been saying it wrong for the past month. This is Alain Johannes. Alan. Did I say Ellen or Ellen? Still find a way to fuck it up.
Very cool title for this song. Mermaid Scream.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get around to listening to this one. I tried, but
this one,
I'm liking what I'm hearing though.
It's a misleading first track too. This is fucking like almost gondola music.
Hey, we just watched Godfather. I'm for the gondolas.
Damn right. It's a fucking majestic, dude.
Beautiful.
I adore this.
this is great. Okay, so this album goes many places.
I'm gonna listen the fuck out of it just based on that.
It's, I really, dude, this came out on
Add this to my library now.
Yeah. This came out on Ipecac, Mike Patton's record label.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that this was released. It was in a, it was a post on Instagram. They posted this as well as honorable mention, King Buzzo and Trevor Dunn.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot to do that at the beginning. It was posted along with King Buzzo and Trevor Dunn's album. And I was like, okay, that's a weird thing. I've never heard of this guy. Fuck it. And then that comes on. I'm like, oh, okay. And then track 2 comes on. It sounds straight up like Nick Drake. Straight up Nick Drake. And it just keeps changing from there. Like, oh crap. Of course I forgot the name of it. Track 5? What's the name of that one?
If Morning Comes. Do you want some of that? Yes.
Yeah.
This is fucking unbelievable. I love this song. So many crazy percussive instruments and Eastern instruments all over the whole album.
If morning comes, I will kneel to the sun.
Some really good shoegazy guitars in there.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of, I used to listen to this artist, Six Organs of Admittance. Yeah, kind of like I don't know if that guy's still active, but
I know that, but I never heard them.
I used to love me some Six Organs, so yeah, kind of getting some of those vibes from here.
Yeah, there's a lot of world music influence. I mean, we could hear from the first track, there's a million different crazy instruments, a lot of mandolins and other stuff. So yeah, it's folk-y kind of, only in the sense that it's like a really somber sounding dude with a lot of acoustic instruments, but it kind of ends there. Like that song obviously has a lot of shoegaziness to it.
Sure.
The production is fucking stellar. A lot of spaciness, a lot of psychedelia, it feels so full, which is a thing I don't often say about albums that lean more folk.
Mm-hmm.
It's very full. Satisfying as fuck. It's another album that I put on for my mom and she was like, oh yeah.
Nice.
She said it in that voice as well. I don't know this guy. Apparently he's in a band called 11 or something like that. And there's another band that he's associated. I think he does a lot of movie stuff. He's he's a prolific dude who I've never encountered. And this is wonderful. I'm a fan.
Nice.
So let's see here. We have, all right.
We're in the home stretch.
We're in the home stretch. We'll be all right.
So this, I hope I'm pronouncing their name right. Sault. Another UK band. Basically put out a double album over the course of the year. First one came out Juneteenth. And then the disc 2, I guess, came out September 19th.
It's not 18th?
Or sorry, 18th. First one's called Untitled Black Is. Second one, Untitled Rise. I'm going to play the, I guess, title track off of Rise. Oh, wait, sorry.
These covers are going to be completely illegible. Well, you can't see these covers on the video.
You can't see
it's
them.
Very dark. It's a fist, by the way.
This like futuristic. Sorry, this song's called Strong. This is just like futuristic disco shit. That's so they're a collective of musicians, so I don't know how much it fluctuates between songs, but man, this like some of the best funk.
I didn't get around to hearing these albums. This is fucking great.
They're so good. Again, more music in response to like Black Lives Matter stuff. And yeah,
very funky.
To just be able to tackle such heavy subject matter and present it in these catchy, dare I say, fun songs that they run the gamut from like dub R&B to like minimal stuff with like 90s R&B vibes to it. Just some psychedelia on songs like Bow. This like even like Pray Up Stay Up is like a Motown song, so they are this really impressive musicians. I think I've talked about this band ESG before. They're like pretty heavily sampled. It's this all-girl funk group from New York, and they have this song called I Just Want to Dance, which I'm going to play a little bit of. And yeah, it's just like, you guys sound like ESG here, which isn't a bad thing, but
I just wanna dance, 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 dance.
That is some Soul Train shit, dude. That is fun.
so good. So good.
Mad, mad, mad. We lost another life. Life, life, life.
So, any distinctions between the two albums? Because that's a pretty big gap. I guess they're two separate albums, but they're. Well, I'll just put on the next cover because they're so similar.
I would say Rise is the stronger of the two.
Okay.
The songs just stand out more, but to me, it's just part of like one vision. So that's why I had to include them both on Black Is, I think I said some of the songs, but like some of the standout tracks on that one are Stop Them, Hard Life, Wildfires, Bow. There's some good stuff on here, but the songs on Rise just feel more impactful. Like the closing track is called Little Boy, and that is one of the sweetest yet heartbreaking songs
I don't like where that's going.
I've ever heard. It's just, I'm assuming a mother, talking to her black son about like, dang, I have to talk to you about like police brute. That's at this age. And like I said earlier, the way they can like juxtapose the what they're singing about with the music, I almost like, it's weird. It's fun. Like I play Just Dance, but they are able to balance it out with, their message and stuff. And again, UK.
What are they drinking over there, huh? What do they got?
I don't know. They were this.
Why are they just fucking better than us at everything, huh? Why are they fucking? They're better look. They're not better looking. I will give us that. We're better looking.
We are better looking. The Beatles are from there.
Whatever. They had the Paul was good looking, and the rest were fucking chuds. That's not true. Ringo was a chud.
Poor Ringo.
So where are you? Where are we? Okay. So that's the order's a little bit jacked up because
whatever. We'll work through it.
Let's do it. My next one. Hold on. So you.
Does it start with an E?
You know what? You go take the next one so it doesn't ruin the order.
Man, this guy.
Because my next one was going to be All Them Witches, but it literally was my album of the year. So
yeah,
good album, by the way.
Well, I thought Mike was going to go, so let me pull up.
Sorry.
What I guess if I was going to do a runner up for album of the year, this
really.
Yep, this would have been it. This is Idol's Ultra Mono. And this came out September 25th.
It is damn good, I'll give you that.
Some people, I guess this is a polarizing song.
It sounds fucking awesome, dude.
I love the guitars on here.
It's so fucking powerful.
They sound like planes like dive bombing shit. Like,
Watch.
People don't like it.
That's the sound of the soul going in.
This is produced so fucking phenomenally.
Shout out to Kenny Beats.
Kenny Beats.
He's just a hip hop producer who like helped produce some of these songs. So.
That's the sound of the drum button pusher.
I really love Idols. Like, goddamn. This is so. It should have made my list. It should have made my list, honestly.
That's the sound of the children talker.
Okay, we can.
Okay. It's really good, obviously.
So I will say it's not as impactful as their breakout album, Joy, as an act of. Or wait, what was it?
Joy is
Act of resistance is an.
Well, we're not real fans. Clearly.
I don't really like Idols that much. Anyways, yeah, some people don't like that song that he's just like making sound effects.
I think that's fucking awesome.
I think it's great. It like fits to me. Joy is an act of resistance.
There we go.
I think that song's great. I think like the next sound, Grounds, is just like there's like this synth in there and they work it in with their heavy guitars. It's just.
So there's one thing that I love about this band. They make riffs out of sounds.
Yes.
Not notes or progressions. For example, him doing the sound effects and the clicking of the drums.
Yeah.
That's a riff.
Yeah.
And it registers as a riff. It's hooky. It's that part stays in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the fucking dive bomb, the plane crashing. That's a riff.
Yeah.
That's a riff. They're really good at that.
Yes.
Making weird sounds, just noisy sounds come across as catchy.
And the singer Joe Talbot is just the king of absurd lyrics too. Like on Mr. Motivator, one of the lines that makes me laugh all the time is he says, like Conor McGregor with a samurai sword on a pair of rollerblades.
Absurd.
Fucking absurd, and it's beautiful, and like
also somehow even more British than the dude from Bob Vylan.
Dude,
even more British.
I need a Bob Vylan Idols tour.
So much accent.
I need it. And yeah, for those who don't know, Idols super focused on mental health, mental well-being.
Yeah, that actually went overboard for me in this album. It was too much positivity. Like, fuck, dude, I get it. You want me to love myself.
I think
I don't. Sorry.
I think it's heavier on the other one. Like,
really? Like
this one feels more like social issues.
Maybe that's what I'm probably bleeding the two together.
Yeah. So like,
I gotta say, ne
touche pas moi.
Ne touche pas moi. That's French for "don't touch me." When I first heard this, it was months ago, and I was setting up for a stream that I'm doing with my buddy, and that song came on, and we just bursted out laughing because of how heavy-handed and pandery it is. He's literally screaming, "Consent! Consent! Consent!" Which it became a running gag throughout like the rest of the night. We just kept making fun, like adding really ridiculous lines about being nice to people and not touching people.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it. Your heart's in the right place. I get it. It just came across as pandery.
I don't know. This because he's like so, I guess like you don't know it if you don't like do the interviews, but also it's like, as adults, we know this shit, but
yeah, it feels like am I a child? Like I know,
but
I keep my hands to myself.
There's there's kids listening to it.
Here's my argument though. So, and I feel like I don't know specifically. I didn't do too much research on the guy, but I feel like he comes from a rough upbringing.
Oh yeah, like he said like he was a bastard. He was a drug addict.
So he exactly what I was. I'm glad because I proved it makes what I'm about to say sound like less bullshit. So he's coming from that kind of reformed point of view. He was this guy. This is not how you live your life. Listen, trust me, I know. So that works only for people also going through that, or people who are willing to listen. That doesn't do a whole lot for people who are in that life. Like I grew up around I spent a lot of time in my teenage years around those kinds of people. Let's just leave it at that. Dudes who are bad dudes, and they're not gonna just change their ways because it's like that's why it feels pandering. Like he's talking to people who already know this, who agree with him
to a certain extent, but like also like he's just been so vocal. Like this is how I live my life now. He's he doesn't want it to be, but obviously it did for you, and I'm sure other people. But I don't know. I just think that's maybe something that's more for like younger fans. Like I don't even know what I would, because there's been like a few songs when I was younger where I was like, oh shit, I didn't know about these things. So
that's one thing. It is a form of like educating, or I feel like you still have to be in the same wavelength though. Like we like Dead Kennedys and we love Jello Biafra. Jello Biafra isn't converting anybody. You know what I mean?
No, but it's very debate. We're kind of going this. Yeah, this could maybe be like a side episode. I think there's no proof, but I think it is. I do wonder, and I'm probably going to say very little, but I do wonder, like when you're growing up, like, and people like you and me who like were very attached to music, it like defined our.
It does a whole lot.
Yeah. I wonder what, like, oh, well, I like these guys and they're into, they're
right.
I wonder what effect it has. It's very debatable. There's no concrete.
There's no way we're going to find it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do a study on teenagers listening to Idol.
Getting back to the music, I like Kill 'Em With Kindness.
Yeah.
I like when he starts barking like a dog on it.
So this came down to the wire. This was like about to be, but I decided on another one just because like, I don't think I can add much more to this album than you could. I mean, like you're already adding a bunch. Like I like it as well. I like it probably just as much, but the other album I chose, I felt like had like a different personality and a completely different thing going for it. This one, This is Idols. Idols are idols. Like if you like, I mean, they have a really unique style, but it is that style.
They know how to, like you said, they know how to write catchy hooks
that maybe don't make sense on a sheet of a staff paper, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The same way a riff doesn't really have to be a series of notes. It could just be a fucking squiggly on a guitar.
Yeah, they understand that. They seem like nice dudes.
They seem like great guys. I've heard only wonderful things about them as people.
It's one of the few concerts I went to where I felt like a changed person after. It was so delightful. And honestly, I'm talking shit about like the self, love yourself and the consent stuff. I don't have a problem. Like I have problems with it being pandery, but like it's legitimately nice. Like it's all really, and especially in a live setting, that shit it fucking fills the room with jubilee. If you see this band and they don't bring a smile to your face, you're just a bad person.
They're so fun. Really, honestly, everyone needs to listen to Idols. They're so good. Where the hell are we at? Okay, so now on to a less happy and positive album. This is a collaboration album that I did not ever see coming in a million years.
No, I don't think anyone did.
No one did. But interesting, regardless. This came out October 30th. This is May Our Chambers Be Full by Emma Ruth Rundle and Thou.
I did not listen to this whole thing, but I listened what I could on the way here, and I love.
It does some really moving stuff.
I have not listened to Thou maybe like 4 years.
Oh my god, really?
I forgot they existed.
I've only heard like 1.5 albums, and it was slow even for me. But hearing this album, it's making me really reconsider. So as we're building up, I think it is important to note that almost all of these songs are very second half heavy. Each song takes a while, like this is cool. It doesn't get amazing until like halfway through the song.
I do appreciate too that like when this song was over, I was like, okay, I got it. No, the second song is a different
Completely
piece.
different.
Also, I just assumed, like, oh man, I love the layering of the vocals.
The black metal shrieks with Emma's
I didn't think that
country twang.
Yeah, I didn't think that guy would be singing. I thought they would just be purely backing that.
Yeah.
So to hear both is what a surprise.
It's a wonderful collaboration.
Yeah.
So this song, it really just keeps getting better and better and building and building.
Second one, more high energy though.
Indeed. A lot of them, they're all, I mean, each song is all pretty different from each other, but I say this album requires patience because
unless you're into that, because like for me, I was
immediately in.
Yeah, I was in.
I wasn't immediately in. This took a few listens for me to really appreciate how fucking great this is. Because like, it feels like every song starts out in a way that I wish it didn't start out. Like almost, I would say like every song except for the last track, which I think is fucking amazing, like flawless. But it always starts out in a way like, okay, all right. And then as it goes on, I'm like, oh, this is getting good. And then it gets to a point like, this is fucking amazing. And that's why it took me so long to really appreciate it. Like, no, every song is fucking wonderful. It just takes, you have to really be patient with it.
Yeah, if you didn't get it, this would have ended up on my loose ends episode for me. I'm kind of upset. I just like heard it an hour ago or whatever.
And Emma Ruth Rundle is one of those artists that I've talked about more recently than ever, where everyone just kept saying like, oh yeah, and then Emma Ruth Rundle. I'm like, wait, everyone keeps bringing her up. I was like, well, you don't know her. You don't know Emma Ruth Rundle. And eventually I was, I sat down and I was like, oh man, this is bringing me tears. This is bringing me literal tears. She's really fucking good. Very different from the music she's associated with. She's associated with Chelsea Wolfe and Lingua Ignota. Doesn't sound like that. Way more folky.
Yeah, this is like her first foray into the dark side.
And it is a nice foray.
Yes, it is.
I would like to see more. I hope she does more. I hope whatever her next record is brutal because she can do it. She can fucking do it. Her voice still has that, or her stylings, her vocal style is still very much in the folky singer-songwriter camp. You can even hear it on the song we played. So it does seem odd, just juxtaposed with just the, but it's in a way that I've never heard before. I've never, even though I don't care for the singer-songwriting style so much, it being blended in a way that I've never heard before, it makes me like it a lot.
It's real. I was really impressed from what I heard on my drive over. I really liked it. And that's all I can say.
Y'all need to hear this album. It's really good. It's really good. Fucking crazy. It's a man. God damn it. All right. I just want to hear it. And I think I might have listened to this one more than second. All Them Witches I listen to the most for sure.
Yeah.
Like this one is like the second one I listen to the most.
I'm going to be listening to this one a lot.
Hell yeah. So where are we at?
My next pick came out October 16th. This is Zeal and Ardor, Wake of a Nation. So this is kind of this is not what Zeal and Ardor specifically known for, but I feel like it's the vibe the album's going for, which is why.
The what?
Like the vibe of what the album is going for. So this
it is its own entity. It is not Stranger Fruit. Nor is it Devil.
Devil is Fine.
So Manuel,
yeah.
I think it's Manuel. He sounds as great as ever.
Yeah.
This music does not sound like what I mean. Even it sounds like a different writer.
Well, if you want to do a fade out, we could go to the next song, which is very much what he does.
Right.
So this is Tuskegee.
Oh, Tuskegee?
Yeah.
Heavier?
Heavier.
Shrieks.
Yep. For the brief history, because he's just an act I like, but he blends like blues or spirituals with black metal.
Yeah, and not like the blues I talk shit about.
No, not like
Old blues.
Yeah, like callers and chants, I believe they're called. So I didn't have this on my list, but coming back to it, I actually really enjoy it. Again, he's in Switzerland, not UK, but
I thought he was Swedish.
That's I think he's half American, half.
Shit.
But he's in Switzerland.
Okay.
So again, another like foreign act that was this really able to tap into what's going on with all that. What did I write about this?
Yeah, Swiss American. So Swiss and American. Yeah.
Yeah. If Bob Vylan is like the angry, youthful, voice, this is like the somber, haunting. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Other side of the coin.
Yeah. So yeah, like Tuskegee's brutal. The opening track is this about the death of George Floyd. I love Trust No One, and he's this like, I wanted to do like a doom sludge song with 808s on it. I think it fucking works.
I think the only song, because I was pretty disappointed by this EP. I think the title track is the only one that I was like, okay, I'll give it up. Gotta give it up.
Damn. Yeah.
Because so like, especially, wait, what's the first song wasn't the title track, was it?
No.
That's like, which was that?
That's Vigil.
Okay.
The title track is at the end. And
Yeah,
it's
that's what I'm
fucking
talking.
awesome.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So the first song, what rubbed me the wrong way about that one is like especially the pianos. It feels so fucking like movie trailer / Nike commercial.
I remember you saying that when it came out.
I was like, oh, this is really clean. Like this is really glossy
but I think once you get past that one,
it's not terrible. No, like, but even with Tuskegee, I love the brutality of it. I love his fucking vocals on there. It's the riff itself that I think like feels half-assed compared to all of Stranger Fruit, where those riffs were like unexpected and strange and really brutal as well. That one just felt pretty simple, kind of predictable.
It could be the quick turnaround on it. Obviously, this was made in a few months, but for me, it's just more of Zeal and Ardor. Obviously, if I'm going to tell someone to listen to them, I'm going to recommend Stranger Fruit.
Yeah.
But if people liked what they fucking heard, or you know what I realized on my notes why you maybe don't. I wrote there are some riffs on there that remind me they would be at home at Queens of the Stone Age album. Maybe
it is. A lot of it does feel fairly generic from a writing standpoint, and it made, I think, above all else, the reason why I didn't like this EP was it made me worried about the future of Zeal Ardor, because how much I love Stranger Fruit, and I love the cricket sounds and the chants and the men's choir hums, and then also in addition layering the black metal on top of that. I that's like a fucking beautiful combination of just things that have never been blended before, and this had none of that except for just some black metal, and then Manuel singing like a passionate man. It made me a little worried.
I'm not worried because I'm like, it was recorded a quick amount of time, probably with the musicians in separate studios. If it wasn't 100% him.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the title track has like the chants and stuff.
That's like that.
So it, as a fan of Zeal and Ardor, it worked for me. I think it does bring the heavy once you get to the second track.
It's so funny to me. Like, that is one of the few I'm going to say the only metal band I could think of where the backup vocals are a fucking prominent touring aspect of the band.
You got to have them.
Man, they're on stage with him, just two vocalists.
Yeah, not even the other musicians aren't doing the backup vocals. They have specifically. Yeah.
That's how fucking, that's unique as shit. That's what makes the band for me, really. It's like, that's a very notable distinction. Hell yeah.
So yeah.
But on to my next one. This came out November 13th. This is Spirit World Field Guide by Aesop Rock.
I'm glad you picked this because
honestly, if you would have put on the intro, that would have worked too.
I
love that intro.
It was kind of talky. So
talky for sure.
I do like the intro though because it's kind of how he feels about the album.
Yeah.
Where it works front to back.
Yeah.
But he also feels like, hey, if you just want to go to a certain section, you can do that too.
Yeah. This song is so fucking good, man.
He's just able to find like the weirdest beats.
And that little line?
Yeah.
That's just one tiny example of what happens a million times in this album. Where you're introduced to a hook and you think you know how it goes, and then one layer comes on and it changes the whole mood. Another layer adds on, changes the whole mood again. This dude is a fucking expert master layerer.
Yes, also a very underrated lyricist, which is why it didn't make the cut for me, because I'm like, if I'm gonna pick this, I need to, especially after the intro, like I need to sit down and I need to like dissect these songs a little bit. And this was not able to dissect them in a way I would like, but I had Tobacco Ken on my list last year. So,
So you mean Malibu Ken?
Or Malibu?
Yeah.
Sorry, Tobacco was the like producer in there.
Okay,
and then Malibu Ken. And
so you want to hear something really fucking funny?
What's up?
This is the album that got bumped by All Them Witches. This was gonna be my album of the year.
Damn.
Yep. That's how much I fucking love this album. This blindsided me.
You know, when you sent me this list, I was like trying to figure out what your pick is.
Yeah.
And I was, I'm like, he's being real coy about it.
Yeah.
But no, but then I would have these feelings like maybe he did pick Aesop.
It almost was. It almost was. For a while it was. This surpassed my expectations in every possible way. So obviously Run the Jewels was on my list as well. But this, I like this more in a completely different way than that.
They're two different
species of albums.
Yes.
Because like this musically, I think is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
There's like, for those of you who don't know, there's videos breaking down how this dude raps, because there's so many layers and entendres. So yeah, he's like on a whole new level.
Lyrically, he's very good, but musically is where you're gonna make me or break me.
I think he produced a lot of these beats too.
This is insanely intricate. Like I was saying, like some of the best examples of that's a horrible way bad way to start the sentence. Some of my most cherished albums, I guess you could say. It's always when I'm just blindsided by something unexpected happens. I'm introduced to a theme or a motif, and then this little thing comes on, and it's like, oh, well, maybe it's a happy song now. You didn't see that one coming, and then fucking switched it up, and like, nope, now we're mad again, or something. I don't know. I'm being very, primitive with the way I'm explaining it, but
sure,
it does that so fucking much in every song. You think it's doing one thing, and then just more and more. It's just the layers, dude. Like, not a lot of people can do that. It's just, and especially with hip hop, I've heard it so rarely, where the musicality is such a huge emphasis.
Him and LP, 40-year-old Jewish guys from New York, are just killing it.
Killing it, dude. Oh, I fucking love it. And the only thing I don't like is just the way his voice is produced. I think it's like a constant theme with him where it's just super distorted.
I remember the first time I heard him, I did not like his voice. It's pretty, if you're just accustomed to normal music, it's pretty fucking weird.
He pronounces things in a very strange way, not an accent you can kind of nail. It's a very distinct way of speaking, but also, and this is, I've said this actually a year ago in our last one when we were talking about Mel Buchanan, why I don't really like his actual style of rapping, because him and I'm gonna get stabbed for this. Fucking MF Doom does that as well, where it's not exactly on the beat. You know, it's in the vicinity of the beat. They're, where the syllables are landing, but it's not exactly on it. So it always feels like in my brain, it feels like they're trying to catch up to the beat, and that bothers the fuck out of me. And here it's the same, but a little bit less so. But even though it still does it, the music is just so smart and so every song is just so damn unique. And another thing that I didn't see coming, because it's like, pretty much a concept album. Not every song seems like it deals with in the whole, spirit world kind of field guide type of, this is what you do in this situation.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to just dissect it a little bit.
The intro really sets you up. It's literally him explaining this is the field guide for the spirit world. Therefore, you should read. Yeah, but not every song kind of feels that relevant. But
also on Pizza Alley, he name drops Paddington. So
I remember I heard that and I was like, it has to be on Alex's list because he name dropped Paddington. But so even though he does set it up as a spirit world kind of thing, every song does feel like Halloween spooky, like campy spooky. It's never ridiculous. It's never, it's not cheesy in any way. It just has like an air of like, I do imagine this being kind of coinciding with a spirit world type thing. I don't know. It just feels, like if this was like a cartoon adaptation, the music, the actual types of melodies that he's going with would fit in. So it all really felt like a cohesive, unit, kind of the way you explain with the Weeknd.
Yeah, the first go around, the standout track was Button Masher to me. This wild beat.
Once again, I did not remember a single song title.
Yeah, I'm really glad you picked it because I'm like, I've been listening to Aesop, I guess most of my life. Not like, if I started listening to shit as a teenager, that's like most of my life. So I was just like, I don't feel like I could put the right words to it. So I'm very glad you did.
Another embarrassing, before we move on, admission.
Yeah.
First full-fledged Aesop Rock album.
That's right. Cause you only listen.
I heard about Buchanan.
I could throw a few recommendations your way.
I think you should.
Yes. To see how you feel about it.
But what is your next one?
So the next
two, rather.
The next one, I'm cheating because I'm a Mastodon fanboy, and so there's a bass player in there named Troy Sanders.
Oh, a bass player? Just any old bass player?
Any old bass player.
Not the Troy Sanders.
I'll gush about him in a second, but so he's in two groups that put out albums. The first one is Killer Be Killed. That's Reluctant Hero. That came out on November 20th. And then the second group is Gone is Gone. And this has one of the worst titles ever. Came out the 4th of December. If everything happens for a reason, then nothing really matters at all. And I'm going to play a track off Gone is Gone called Everything is Wonderful.
I will say, I love this album cover.
It's a rad album cover.
Great album cover.
So Gone is Gone. Who's in it? Let me see. So this is Troy from Queens of the Stone Age.
Mastodon.
No, sorry.
Oh, it's the second Troy?
There's two Troys in this band. And then Tony, the drummer from At the Drive-In.
Heavy shit.
Gone is Gone. This speaks more to me than Killer Be Killer, but they have killer metal riffs. Pun intended.
This is a good song.
Yeah, I just appreciate more the spaciness,
Bombastic, heavy bass.
the willingness to use electronics, and
Yeah, a lot of synth stuff too.
so yeah, these aren't like game-changing records, but like I'm just like, man, Troy Sanders is just the busiest man in metal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's something comforting about his voice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a hug. It's like a hug to me. I think he does all the singing in Gone is Gone, but on Killer Be Killed, he's switching off between him, Max from Sepultura.
Oh, it's right.
Formerly Sepultura. And then
Soulfly.
Yeah. And then Greg from Dillinger Escape Plan. And that's just madness. Just not like nonstop shredding the way like Dillinger or Mastodon is.
Yeah.
But really, really solid metal stuff. Like let's see. Destructing Self-Destruction, like you get a taste of everyone's vocals in there. It's a good summary of the band. Left to Center and Intercom from Outer Space, just rad at times. It's kind of like a Mastodon song, but Greg is doing the Brent parts. This fun, like if you like metal, check it out.
Yeah, I did not hear the Killer Be Killed album. Definitely heard Gone Is Gone one a few times.
Mhm.
Almost in my list. Did not in the end.
Like I said, it's not
perfect. No,
it's not perfect, but I love Troy's voice, and I love all the synth, like the closer.
Oh, the closer is fucking great.
Dirge for Delusions.
Yeah,
holy shit.
That one got me real good. Yeah, it made me wish so much. Like there's some crazy sounds in that song, and I was like, why wouldn't they go ham with this? Why wouldn't this be all over the album?
Yeah,
some really wild shit in there.
Yeah, their first album's probably better, but I think it's just a really, really solid entry. And what a fucking talented, great legacy Troy Sanders is.
Honestly, yeah. Despite the couple of Mastodon albums that I don't care for, overall, goddamn, the dude works.
He
puts out some good shit. Gonna Be Gone. Gonna Be Gone. Gone Is Gone. They've always been a band. They've only had like 2 other records, but like they've always been one like, all right, I like that, but I can give or take.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's the same for me, except I do think I like this more than every other record.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is why I was considering it.
Yeah, it's I mean, as people could tell by the cover, if you like something that's a little more out there, a little more spacey.
It's also nice to hear Troy reeling it in technicality wise.
Yeah. Because that's kind of been his role in Mastodon. He said, I'm in this band with 3 shredders.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, so I very much pick my choice, because he's like, I love those dudes so much and they need to shine. So he's like, I pick and choose where he's just, this seems like one of the nicest people ever.
Honestly, Mastodon is a rare band because of how much each member really truly supports the other one. Like they're all just Ric Flair. They're all trying to make everybody look good.
Yeah.
They're all amazing, obviously. And that's there's like it's really rare to find a band that everyone loves each other that much. The only other one that comes to mind is Fugazi, where every member just loved each other.
Yeah, like you don't really hear about drama between the members.
Yeah.
And then for him to not hold up, but I'm not going to do a side project, but 2 super groups. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. Well, and Brent does the Giraffe Tongue Orchestra, right?
Yes.
But that's it, right? The other 2 don't do.
Yeah, I'm sure Bill has some stuff going on, but it's not as
fleshed out.
Yeah, notable or well known.
I think Gone Is Gone can stand on its own. I haven't heard Killer Be Killed. I'm really fucking up there, but that's like the most super group though. That's like super duper group.
Yeah, you like I said, you have 3 singers in there.
Yeah,
so
I can imagine that could be a mess to deal with logistically.
Yeah, I almost think you might hate it, but you were full of surprises. So if you give it a listen, I'd love to know.
All right. Now that was Alex's final pick. We're finally at the fucking end. Holy shit.
Yes, we did it.
Now we're at my last one. It wouldn't be me if I didn't find a way to shoehorn this artist. And I swear to God, we'll talk about it. This is not streaming. I think as of right now, Bandcamp only. This came out December 4th, the same day as the Gone Is Gone record. This is the Caligula demos by Lingua Ignota.
Is Wicked Game on there?
No.
Okay. I should have talked about this. What is Jolene on there? No?
Nope.
No.
This is a standalone.
Okay. I'm going to go to the YouTubes.
I will tell you right now. The first, you probably should have talked about this. The first track is, you could probably go to her Bandcamp.
Oh, that would be better.
Yeah. The first song is, all God's love means nothing.
There.
Nothing now. Yeah.
I see.
Is the lyric of the song. I'm like a huge proponent of like never putting on her music when I'm around other people.
All right.
So I never know what's going to happen.
I properly have it pulled up.
All right, here we go.
I didn't even know about this. I just fucking thought she was doing the cover. Yeah.
This fucked me up all over again, dude.
Of course it did.
And this is a new song. This is unreleased. Love this. This is perfect. Caligula, you're gonna love this.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what she's charging for this, but I guess
it's like, I just threw $10. Yeah.
However many more dollars less I have right now.
So there, man, oh God.
So surprising no one, this made me cry as well. And honestly, if I'm being super honest, if this was like a standard pod episode, All Them Witches would be best up. This would be personal favorite. This one, I think, is still my favorite thing released because I wasn't expecting it to stand alone from the album as much as it does. Like it says demos on there, but it sounds great. It says the Caligula demos, but it's not the album Caligula. So there's if anybody who's heard the actual album, you recognize those lyrics, but that is not the song that they were originally in. And there's a lot of things like that where you'll recognize lyrics, but you won't recognize the song, or you'll vice versa, whatever. There's 2 different versions of a song that would make it onto the album, and they're in different keys. They're performed way differently. The songs that you do recognize sound completely different, and it's all as emotionally gut wrenching as the fucking album. It's like hearing it for the first time again. And it's not as refined. It's not as polished. Obviously, they're home demos, but they still sound really fucking good, which makes it all the more intimidating. How the hell this motherfucker? How she keeps doing this? Like, how is she this good? I don't fucking get it. It's scary. She frightens me.
Let me tell you, every album ever first. This purchased made a purchase while recording. Just bought it.
God bless you, dude. And also, like, that's you said that you actually went out and you bought the fucking Bob Vylan. Yeah. This is like the day that it was released. Like, yeah, I'm buying this. I'm not even gonna. I don't care if it ends up being if it ends up streaming later on. I have to hear this now.
Yeah, she gets money.
She gets money for
Yeah.
sure. And also, I also have to call back my fucking failed gag that I'm so mad because like last year we did the Caligula was my album of the year, and the video stopped recording like at the beginning, but during the video I was wearing 3 Lingua Ignota t-shirts, and throughout talking about the album I would just remove one by one without addressing it, seeing if Alex would notice. Completely missed because there was no video.
Yes. You know what's funny is I totally forgot that didn't capture. And so when I was like, oh, I'm going to do the mic thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this stole your thunder kind of.
Totally
because
did.
no one saw you. Only I know.
Yeah. I was so upset because I was like sweating the whole time. I was like, let's get to it. I want to do this. I want to take off these fucking shirts already.
Yeah.
I was literally wearing 2 long sleeve shirts and a short sleeve shirt. But okay, so everyone in the world who's heard this podcast knows how much I fucking love her, and how everyone who follows me on Instagram knows how much I love her. It's almost getting weird by this point, but I swear to God,
you're going to get a restraining order next year.
I swear to God, it's genuine. It is entirely because of her artistic ability and because of what her fucking music just rips my soul out. It's fucking, I don't even know how it happens. Sometimes I'm just like, here it comes. And there's some tears. Oh, God damn it. It just like frequencies. They just hit a certain thing and all of a sudden like, yeah. And yeah, this is like, yeah, if you're a fan at all, this is absolutely essential. But I cannot recommend this over the album.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean,
obviously.
And this obviously couldn't make my album of the year because it's not a fucking album. It's a collection of demos. So, but like it just does. It would be totally cheating. Completely half-assing my job here if I made this album. But just knowing my heart.
Yes.
Just knowing my heart that it is right there next to All Them Witches.
Yeah. Well, we did it.
Hell yes.
Gonna toot my own horn. I think we have some of and only 2 in, I think we have some of the best year-end shit because you will not read a list that has The Weeknd and Lingua on it.
Never.
Yeah, you will.
Please share this episode.
Yes,
please.
You will not read a list that has fucking Sex Swing and
fucking Poppy along with Alain Johannes.
Mostly, no. I was going to say mostly my picks, but no. Aesop Rock,
Aesop Rock with Sadness, with depressive suicidal black metal with Aesop Rock.
We bring the ruckus.
We brings the ruckus. God damn it, Larry. We brings the ruckus.
We brings the ruckus, Larry.
So thank you so much for listening and for everyone who's started, supporting us this past year. We have made some considerable progress, and we love you all so very goddamn much. So please share this episode if you like it, along with any of the other episodes, clips on Instagram, anything. It all helps. But my God, that was a beefy fucking episode.
So beefy. And you know what? Before you throw me under the bus, I'm going to say Run the Jewels is well known. They have a fucking special on HBO. To use a wrestling term, All Them Witches needs the rub. Which means they need their shine, needs the bump. What are you sending us out on?
Let me think. Oh, it's so long though. It's so good. You know what it is.
Is it See You Next Fall?
You're goddamn right it is. So before we do that, you know where to go. Rate, review, fucking share, YouTube, subscribe, fucking Pope Jesse Ventura for me.
Mother Puncher.
For him. And Spotify playlist in the description. It will be a big fucking playlist and it'll be good. Patreon.com/everyalbumever. Early episodes, bonus episodes, discount off merch. There's merch, by the way. It looks pretty cool. I think it looks pretty cool. And that's all. That's it. Enough of the plugs.
Done.
Now, see you next fall. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. See you next year.